Alright, what's up guys, this is Rance, aka Darth Lugia, and in this video I wanted to do a getting started guide for Vanguard. So this is going to be some basic information if you are curious about the character, you think he looked incredibly cool like I did, and you want to try him out yourself. So let's just go over his basic buttons. His 5A looks like this. Decent range, about 9 frames, and so this is not a bad round start, right, because you can hit from that far away. And you can combo it into his neutral B, his 5B. Which then you can get a small combo after that. So this is a good poke tool, and it has a follow-up, which comes out also very quickly. But usually, if you are poking with this, you kind of want to try to go into his neutral B, just because that launches a tiny bit, so that you are able to get some follow-up combos. So, speaking of his neutral B, this is what it looks like. This is a fantastic anti-air option, right? If they're jumping just way too much or they're right up in your face, this pulls them down and always pulls them down in like the same state of juggling. So Berserker's jumping on me, right? And I'm even from this range right here, I could very, very easily pull him down and get a short combo off of that. And even if I get myself crossed up a little bit, this has a small hitbox behind him, going underneath the jump at the peak, and I'm still able to get that combo. Now obviously that's not his like primary anti-air tool, but it is one of his most effective. So now his jump normals. His jump A goes directly in front of him. That's 8 frames, I believe, so very fast. Not a bad option. But really the star is his jump B. So, this covers a great amount of range, basically all around him. And if you hit someone in the air with this, you can really easily follow up with a combo. So we're going to go in air-to-air here with Berserker. And you can really easily go into this move, which can set up for more damage. Or, it is even possible to go directly into his MS move, which causes an OTG state that you can again combo for more damage. His A can only be cancelled either into his B attacks or his meter burn specials. So that's partly what makes him unique. That's also partly what makes him slightly less accessible for some people who just don't understand how to use his combo structure. And what you want to do, since you can't combo these into anything but his meter burn specials, you often want to try and start your pressure as well as start your combos using his S attacks, his special attack. So, for example, this is a very, very basic combo. I'll get into some good example combos later. Let's say that Berserker uses a DP and he whiffs. Instead of starting with A's, right, or B's, you would want to try and start with your S's. So we'll go neutral S, right, which is this, into his forward S, which is this, into his back S, which is this, and then we'll end with the launcher, which is 2S, okay? So let's go ahead and try that. That launches, and then we can get a few different options. That's just a very, very, very basic and not optimal example. Okay, now let's talk about what makes Vanguard especially unique, and that is all of his meter burn options. So now, just like every other character, he has neutral, forward, back, and down meter burn specials. So let's start with his forward one. Boom, into a pretty far throw, right? So decent damage. His back one is a get off me tool, does a lot of hits up front and then throws them away. Is his 2MS, his down MS, is his DP. Now this is one of Vanguard's biggest weaknesses, is that it doesn't cover directly above him, nor does it cover directly in front of him. It only covers that area right there, which is about the same. It's actually a worse area than his 2S does. So some characters can literally just duck on you, and this move will just whiff. Let's go ahead and show you that right now. When Berserker's just ducking on me, this move will go right over the top of him. And some characters, like Dragonite, are naturally crouched so low that they don't even have to duck to get around this. So be aware of this. This is a DP. It's fully invincible. Can't be thrown or whatever. But it has some issues. So now that we covered the other specials, let's go ahead and talk about what is quite possibly his most important meter burn. His most important MS, which is this. Now what makes this move, it's called Brandish, what makes this move unique is that it itself has 4 different follow-ups. So we have neutral into forward, then we have neutral into neutral, we have neutral into back, and then we have neutral into down. Okay, now each of these follow-ups have their own unique option. We're going to actually go ahead and set the opponent to block because that's where this is best exemplified. So first off, let's do our forward option. So we'll do neutral MS, which is Brandish, and then we'll do our forward MS. If you go directly into it, this is gapless, they cannot roll through it, right? And this pushes them far, far away where typically Vanguard wants to play. He wants to play at about this part of the screen where he can get in with his forward S. Now conversely, his back MS has a gap, and so you want to try and bait the opponent into pressing something during that gap because then it's a big counter hit and you get some really good follow-ups. Now for example, we're going to have a Berserker DP here, right? We are well out of the range of his DP. So now we have our Berserker set to reversal, right? So he's going to try and go for this button right here, which would hit us from that far away, right? So let's go ahead and use our back MS option. So we'll go here into back MS. That gives us a full combo, which we could do a lot more damage than that, but again, I'll get to the optimal combos at the end. Whereas we go for the forward, again, there's no gap. So next, let's talk about his neutral. So this is his little like charge forward. This is specifically good for getting in close to the opponent, as well as setting up guard break examples. So we're in Awakening, and our Awakening gives us 50% more guard break. That's a key part of Vanguard's game plan. So let's go ahead and show this example. I'm going to try and do a gapless guard break. So, and we'll convert, and then as we convert, we'll go ahead and end on that, which leaves them in guard break, and we can get a combo off of their guard break. And again, not exactly quite optimal, but it's getting there, it's getting close. Okay, and then finally, you just saw me use it there, but he also has his down move. And this move is mainly combo fodder, like this is what you want to use. There is a gap, so you can blow up, you know, again, let's say Berserker wanted to use that move, which is a little bit slow, but he can do what he wants, right? This would blow it up, and then you can follow up for, yeah, a follow-up combo. So, he's limited in terms of canceling his A's and his B's into his S's, but has a lot of options once you get to some of his MS moves, once you get to some of his meter burn moves. And then finally, we also got to talk about his Awakening. This range is awful. It is not very good. There are ways for you to make it work, right? For you to make this happen. However, they are a tiny bit limited. You really need to end with the opponent on the ground in most cases. So let's say we get just a mid-screen punish and they're about to die. You just want to have a safe, guaranteed way to go into super. We go ahead and get this that we were talking about earlier. Want to have a way to get into super. So you run up and you let the first hit of his forward S hit, right? And then it combos directly into his super. If you let the second hit go, that'll push him pretty far away. Now this also hits OTG, and so there are situations where you can go straight into it if you don't have the meter beforehand. So let's say you spend your meter to make this happen. You can go here and OTG. Oh, one more move that I forgot to talk about, his air specials. So he has his air S is this like Divebomb thing that can combo and can lead directly into his any other special that he has, any other S move that he has. Now this goes directly above them, so there are some DPs that this blows up. Now let's say that they actually do block the full Divebomb, there is a gap so they can DP through, but you can use that gap to your benefit, get a counter hit, something like that. Okay, so finally let's talk combos. So what's nice about Vanguard is that he has options for pretty much any situation. So let's say that I'm pretty far away and I hit a random neutral B, okay? Now, I'm too far away, to go into his really big combo starter. So instead, I can just do something like this. I'll go and start with Brandish. He's a little too far away. I'll go into the drill. That being said, if I am close, right, and I go into the exact same thing, I can go into this, which then I can follow up with one of these moves. Now again, if you get a counter hit, if you have the punish, if you have a guard break, you really want to start with these. Now with his S moves, because you can chain 3 of them and still get a full launch with the Brandish. You can chain 3 more, go into this. You can do his low into this if you want to do even a whole nother rep, right? Into OTG state, and then that sets up for a huge damage in the corner. But even if we're mid-screen, we have options like this. A little bit less damage, but very easy to hit. So let's say that we're on our side of the screen. We can actually corner switch. So yeah, his guard break potential is huge, and his damage potential is huge. Now he does have a little bit of execution because after he goes for this move right here, you're gonna want to run in and Divebomb to go into some of his follow-ups. And the follow-ups they take a little bit of execution, so you just have to get used to that. Okay, now let's end with 1 or 2 cool corner combo examples. So this one, I'm actually going to go ahead and do a full guard break into a combo. Okay, and now we'll combo into super. And that right there is about 852 damage. Okay, and that's just a very early starter guide to get you going with Vanguard. So I think this character is great. I think he does have some very obvious weaknesses. His DP is one of them. You know, just not a great DP. His defensive options are not good, but his offensive options are where this character really shines. I think he's got some really cool options. So thank you guys so much for watching, and that's all for this one. I will see you in the next one.